Before we get into this video, I want to give a special shout out to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. I appreciate you guys for your continued support. One more thing I also want to talk about is that we are selling cards, whether it's on eBay, TCGPlayer, or Google Documents. You guys can find out right down below in the comment section. I've been selling really fast, giving some people some awesome deals, and I don't want you guys to miss out on it. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go ahead and hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. Now going into the game, I want to talk about the matchups that the deck has. Timelords have almost no attack in their arsenal. So it looks like the Golden Castle Stromberg deck is going to take advantage. I think that this is going to be a very exciting match, very fun match to watch, and only one will come out the victor. It's going to be pretty interesting to see. Let's jump right in and see what's going on. Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games. And today, we're going to be watching an exciting duel, a very fun duel, while I play Time Lords and Hunter and Stanislaw is going to be playing Golden Castle Stromberg. He's going to start off first by searching his Golden Castle Stromberg from his deck to his hand. And I'm going to go ahead and take a second to read it, so let's go ahead and highlight this card. If a monster declares an attack, it can destroy that monster's attack and I take half the damage. Also, we can special summon a monster whose text lists Golden Castle Stromberg in its name. It's a very powerful card. He has to give up his normal summon to use those effects, so when I Ghost over and Snow Rapid he won't be able to normal summon again. He's going to set 3 cards face down and then end his turn. Me starting off with these Time Lord cards, I'm going to set 2 cards face down and end his turn. And then Hunter's going to go ahead and activate Scapegoat, special summoning 4 tokens to his side of the field, using one of them to make the Link Spider, the second one to make the Link Karibo, then 2 of them to make the Nightmare Phoenix to be able to discard and destroy a card on my side of the field, as well as draw a card. And then the last one to be tributed for Link Karibo, so we can have a Link 4. I'm going to go ahead and chain my copy of Scapegoat to get 4 tokens to my side of the field. And now he's going to go ahead and special summon the Link Karibo using his token. And he could make a free Boro Boy Dragon to his side of the field. Would be really interesting to see, but I don't think he's going to go ahead and do that. It looks like he wants to make Saryuja, which he's going to do by normal summoning a monster first to his side of the field, Iron Knight, and then using all 4 of those monsters to make the Saryuja to draw 4 cards and then put 3 cards to the top of his deck. It also gives him the ability to special summon another monster to his side of the field, but I think he's worried about getting that Golden Castle Stromberg back to his hand. He's going to put 3 cards back into his deck, and now he's going to go ahead and activate, that's right, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, destroying my tokens. He doesn't really care about the Saryuja as long as he can break my board of the Scapegoat tokens. And now that I think about it, I think he could have just attacked into all of my monsters first and then made Saryuja, but who really cares? Now he's going to be able to summon Gamseel to my side of the field and then a Kaiju to his side of the field and attack into my monster, inflicting damage to me. And on top of that, I lose my monster. So he basically wiped my entire board for the cost of a Dark Hole that gave him a monster, so it wasn't that bad for him. I'm going to start off with my turn by summoning Michion the Time Lord. Now let's go ahead and highlight Michion because this card's really powerful. After it attacks, I get to half my opponent's life points. My Time Lord monsters cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, so or by battle, so it's pretty good in that aspect. On the end phase, Hunter is going to activate Scapegoat, tributing or special summoning 4 tokens to his side of the field and then using 1 to make Link Karibo. Now he's going to probably follow up with some other Link plays. It's going to be really exciting to see how he's going to get over Michion because it can't be destroyed by card effects. He's probably going to try to go after my back row cards, and it's going to be really interesting to see. He's looking at it, trying to figure it out. That's right, he's going to use 2 tokens to make Proxy Dragon, and then he's going to attempt to make a Link 3. He can't make Borlo Dragon because Borlo Dragon requires 3 effect monsters, and one of his tokens is obviously not an effect monster. He's going to then follow up with Golden Castle Stromberg, and then Stromberg's effect to special summon, that's right, Princessin. Let's go ahead and highlight Princessin because it's a really interesting card. When it's special summon, he can special summon Pumpkin Carriage from his deck to his side of the field or hand, and if he does, he can equip Glass Slippers to this card. Now, Glass Slippers is a card in its entirety itself. Are they great cards? Of course, they're really fun cards to play, especially since Pump Carriage protects his Golden Castle Stromberg. And of course, the Glass Slippers gives his monster attack, allows him to attack directly, and then equips to my other monsters. If they're not fairy monsters, then it's pretty much of a problem. But unfortunately for him, every single one of my Time Lord monsters are fairy, so he won't be getting pretty far. I'm going to go ahead and activate in response to that a Torrento Tribute. Oh man, that was nasty, wiping Hunter's whole board. He's going to go ahead and pass his turn, and standby phase, Michion is going to return into the deck. But keep in mind, my opponent does have 4 4,000 life points, another Michion, and possibly even a Sandion can win this game outright for me. Looking at what I can try to do to get into my next phase, or into my next turn, I'm not sure if I can do anything. It looks like I'm just going to go ahead and pass my turn. He's going to go ahead and banish 10 cards for the maintenance cost of Golden Castle Stromberg. And then he's going to go ahead and use Stromberg's effect to special summon a monster from his deck to his side. Or no, he's checking his banish zone to see what he can special summon. And then using that to special summon Hextrude to his side of the field. Now that card's pretty good. It allows him to destroy a monster on my side of the field. And or destroy a card on my side of the field. But more importantly, it's the boss monster of this deck, quote unquote. It's the strongest main board monster and easiest monster to summon to his side of the field with that much attack. He's going to use this effect to destroy my back row card. I'm thinking about what I can do. I'm going to go ahead and lose my Twin Twisters, not activating it. Not having the Golden Castle Stromberg destroyed by Twin Twisters might be a huge misstep when it comes to winning this game, because every time a monster that attacks that obviously isn't a Time Lord because they can't be destroyed will attack, the Golden Castle Stromberg will not only destroy it, but I will take damage from the attacking monster's attack. So it's going to be pretty problematic to leave the Golden Castle Stromberg, but maybe I have a situation, a card that can get over the Golden Castle Stromberg. Or even more importantly, I don't even care about the Golden Castle Stromberg. I'm trying to get rid of this Hextrude, and the Stromberg just doesn't really bother me. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by normal summoning Raphian the Time Lord, and this card is actually really awesome. Being able to attack into my opponent's monster and inflict damage equal to the monster's attack is going to be pretty catastrophic for the opponent. He's going to take 2,600 damage. Hunter's going to be left with 1,400 damage once I decide to attack into Raphian. And more importantly, Raphian can't be destroyed or by battle or card effect, so it provides me with a little bit of a safety net, making sure my opponent doesn't attack into this monster because it could potentially spell game for himself. Now, if you guys want to see that deck profile, the deck profile of either of these decks, go and destroy that like button. Let's see if we can get to 150 likes, guys, and I will reveal these deck profiles. For the people that are on Patreon, go ahead and rejoice because you guys get the deck profiles no matter what. I mean, you guys do a really good job at making sure you guys get the stuff. So that is one of the perks of being a part of the best community, and I really do appreciate you guys' support. But back onto the game, it doesn't seem like I have anything else. Hunter is definitely figuring out what he's going to do. We can't even support the Golden Castle Stromberg, so the Stromberg is going to be destroyed, probably the master plan. He's going to go ahead and pass his turn. Now, Raphian does go to the deck as per effect. Due to its effect, it shuffled to the main deck during the standby phase, and I'm going to set a card face down and pass my turn. Back to Mr. Stanislaw, trying to figure out what he's going to do. I can't get over the Hextrude. The Hextrude's going to be a problem. He's going to activate another Golden Castle Stromberg, and then Hex to banish to destroy my Call by the Grave. Now I'm going to use Call by the Grave to preemptively banish a monster in his graveyard, and hopefully Stromberg, he'll be able to summon it, and Stromberg won't be able to use his effect. I'm going to banish the Hans Knight. He's going to use Stromberg's effect to special summon a Trude. Oh my god, it's one of his last two cards. And it looks like that is game. That was crazy. On to game two, we're going to be looking at me down by a deficit, him up by a singular. And it's not going to look good for Time Lords. Golden Castle Stromberg proving their worth in weight to be able to win out the game with one Hextrude left into the deck. And Stanislaw is going to activate Golden Castle Stromberg again, terraforming to add Golden Castle Stromberg. I'm going to go ahead and use Drolling Lock, but it's countered by a Psy-Frame Gear Gamma. And Gamma's going to go ahead and special summon Driver to his side of the field. Very problematic for me right now because I can't prevent my opponent to continuously search cards. But even worse, he actually has two monsters on his side of the field that he can use to his advantage. And it looks like that he really wants that Golden Castle Stromberg to his field between playing the monster that searches the field spell card and terraforming it itself. He's in a pretty good position. He's going to use Psy-Frame Lord Omega to banish Twin Twisters from my hand. And then he's going to go ahead and activate Golden Castle Stromberg and use its effect to special summon Possession and to special summon the Pumpkin to his side of the field. So it looks like Cinderella has its glass slippers as well as the pumpkin carriage for the castle. Get it? Because that's literally the fairy tale. That's what the deck is based off of. He's going to go ahead and I think he's going to pass his turn with a little decent setup board. Protection of his Golden Castle Stromberg, Omega on the field. Princessin equipped with the glass slippers. And I'm going to set 4 cards face down and pass my turn. He's going to go ahead and get Omega back. I'm going to get Twin Twisters back. That is insane. He's going to pay the maintenance cost for Golden Castle Stromberg, banishing 10 cards from his deck. But now he has to deal with 4 face down cards. And that's just ridiculous. He's going to use Golden Castle Stromberg to special summon probably Hextrude back to his side of the field. No, the bird, Guilford, if I'm saying his name correct. When it's special summon, he actually gets to destroy a spell or trap card on my side of the field. I'm going to go ahead and chain Cole by the grave. And then I'm going to banish the Cyphering Driver. Oh my god, no more Gammas for you, bro. Banishing the Gamma, the Cyphering Driver probably wasn't the most greatest of plays, but that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and activate Infinite Machine. Then I'm going to oh my god, I'm going to go ahead and wind up activating Infinite Light. Let's go ahead and highlight this card, Infinite Light. What this card does is it can only be activated by sending Infinite Machine from the field to the graveyard. I apologize if I'm getting names wrong. What it does is it allows me to special summon one Timelord monster from my deck, hand, and graveyard simultaneously, but only if I control no monsters. More importantly, my Timelord monsters don't get shuffled into the deck, and it's a pretty good card. It's just really good. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, so it's a continuous fodder for my side of the field. I really like this card. I was able to draw all three of them in one turn, not needing to set one after the other, and preventing my opponent from doing some catastrophic plays. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make a mistake. As you guys can see, I'm using Infinite Light to summon again from my deck, but I didn't necessarily understand that Infinite Light can only use its effects when I control no monsters. This is actually corrected, I think, a little bit later into the game, so have no fear, guys. We know how to read cards, only sometimes, even if it is only sometimes, but we actually know how to read cards. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Medion and then the Mission, and then I'm going to, wipe his entire board. That would have happened no matter what. I'm going to use Mission's effect to half his life points. I'm hoping that one of us catches on that Infinite Light can only activate if I control no monsters. So it looks like none of us are going to catch on today. Maybe I had a little bit too much faith in us, and that's just not good right now. But oh well, as long as you guys know that the mistake was made, that we can actually be able to fix it. All right, no, TheCaliEffect is reading. Looks like we're onto something. Is it? No? Maybe not? Okay, maybe I'm not great at reading. Hooked on Phonics didn't work for me, guys. Now Hunter's gonna read, and Hunter has glasses, so he can't read. People with glasses can't read, or do they read a lot? I don't know though. Actually, okay, maybe I'm just completely wrong. He's actually correcting the mistake right now. He's like, nah, TheCaliEffect, you cheating me, bruh. That's a game loss. That's intentional. I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't intentional. Let me just, fix this game state, put that Michion back into the deck, and then, well, maybe it looks like we're just an accepted game state at this point in time. Oh, wow, that's not good. No, it looks like I'm going to shuffle the card back, and then we're going to restore Hunter's life points back to 7,100, because that's definitely half of, okay, sure, whatever, I don't care. Sorry for the mishap, guys. Oh no, he would still lose 300 for the Medion. So no, we're good. So it depended on how I use my effects. Obviously, I used Mission's effect first, and then I would have used the Medion first. So I apologize for the little bit of mishap. We actually did fix that mistake, guys. We got into that. So he's gonna go ahead and special summon Hextrude due to his Golden Castle Stromberg, and he can't destroy my Infinite Light because it's such a good card. And Medion wouldn't be that great because it wouldn't be able to get over the Hextrude because it just returns it to the hand. But I can tell you that these Time Lord cards are pretty good stall outs. I'm going to use it to attack into the Hextrude, return it into the hand, inflicting that 300 damage to my opponent. It didn't look like he wanted to take the 300 damage, but I guess that's fine. I don't really need your handouts. He's going to destroy the Golden Castle Stromberg because he doesn't have 10 cards in his deck left. And this is where things are going to get really interesting. Can I actually be able to win out this game with Medion the Time Lord? It doesn't do any damage, but it's definitely trying to do something. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card, try to figure out. I don't know why that Twin Twisters hasn't been returned. Maybe it's because it was the mishap with the Infinite Light effect. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Medion. Not really doing anything. It doesn't really help. He's not losing anything. I'm not gaining anything. And now I'm going to go ahead and use it. That's actually not a play. I couldn't have done that. Since the Medion was special summoned, I couldn't have done that, right? But oh well, we didn't really notice that one. I know we didn't. I know I got away with that one. I'm going to use Spellbook of Knowledge to try to get rid of my Clara, and he's going to go ahead and Solemn Judgment, giving up half his life points to keep a monster on my side of the field, which is actually a smart idea because Infinite Light would have special summoned 3 Time Lords to the side of the field, one for my deck, one for my hand, and one for my graveyard. So that would have been pretty problematic for Hunter. Now I'm sitting on this Clara Rushka, which is 0 attack and can't really do much for me, and trying to figure out how I can actually win this game. Just playing around, switching the monster to defense. Link monsters can't be in defense, guys. Don't be like me. And then I think I don't really have much. I'm going to set a card face down and pass my turn. And pass it back to Hunter. He's running out on resources himself. He does not have the right amount of cards to finish me off because he doesn't have his Golden Castle Stromberg to bring him plenty of monsters. I'm going to go ahead and activate the Time Machine, discarding the Sandy on my opponent's turn, then discarding another card on my turn to draw some cards, trying to get deeper into my combos, discarding the Raffion this time, and then the Spellbook of Knowledge was drawn again. Now I can get rid of the Claire Rushka to draw 2 cards, and then I can use Infinite Light to special summon 1 monster from my hand, 1 monster from my deck, and 1 monster from my graveyard to my side of the field, as long as they're all Time Lords. And it looks like this is going to be game because Michia is going to half my opponent's life points, and Sandia is going to deal 2,000 damage. So now my opponent is going to lose this game. Hunter's going to lose this one definitely because of my Time Lord Monster's effect. He's reading the verified its effect. I'm like, yeah, I know I can't read, but I ain't need hooked on phonics to understand that this game, boy. Nah. But anyways, Hunter's a great player. Hunter's a great player. It's always fun to play against him. Especially when you're playing 2 fun decks like Golden Castle Stromberg and, of course, Time Lords. I did not know that Time Lords would be this fun to play. Hunter's going to start out with Golden Castle Stromberg to add Iron Hans to, or special summon Iron Hans to a side of the field. Let's go ahead and highlight Iron Hans. What it does is to special summon Iron Knight to a side of the field. And basically, if he controls Golden Castle Stromberg, he can special summon from his extra deck. He's going to use both of those monsters for Baguska, my apologies. And then pass his turn. Baguska is really good against Time Lords. It's interesting because while I won't be able to deal the damage, monsters are still switched to defense. They won't be able to be destroyed by battle or card effects, but they won't be able to fulfill their job. I'm going to go ahead and set 2 cards face down and pass my turn. He's going to lose a material to the Baguska and then banish 10 cards due to the effect of Golden Castle Stromberg. And I have a really strong feeling that he's going to try to make a huge push right now with his card effects. He's going to switch Baguska to attack. And that's interesting to have Baguska to an attack position because the attack position means that it can't be targeted by battle or card effects. So again, maybe he's obviously trying to go on the offensive. He's going to summon his Griff. I'm going to chain the effect to special summon 3 copies or 4 tokens to my side of the field. Gyarados, Slowbro, Primeape, and Machamp to defend my life points. Those are some awesome Pokemon. He's going to use his monsters to attack over 2 of my tokens and then pass his turn. And then I'm thinking about what I can do on his end phase. Do I have it? I'm going to activate Infinite Machine to discard a card, Sandy to draw a card, and then use his effect again to discard a Medion to draw a card. We're in a pretty good position right now. I like to say we're in a pretty good position. Draw all these cards. Any given time where you get to draw a handful of cards, you're going to be in a pretty good position. To be able to draw a card once per turn by discarding a Time Lord card is just pretty damn decent. I'm going to go ahead and make a Link Spider with 1 of my tokens, and then use the other token to make Link Karibo. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what I'm going to do with this. Link Karibo and Link Spider on my side of the field. I was going to say probably should be the other way around, but no, this is about right. And then now, trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. It's going to be interesting to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to use both of those monsters for a Link Summon. That Link Summon's probably going to be, yes it is, Nightmare Phoenix to destroy his Solemn Judgment, or to destroy his Golden Castle Stromberg, but it's going to be met with Solemn Judgment. Half of my man's life points to stop a Solemn Judgment. That's actually, or to stop a destruction of his Golden Castle. It kind of hurts, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, now I don't have to worry about the Solemn Judgment. I'm going to go ahead and summon Sandy into my side of the field, attacking to the Baguska, and then inflicting 2,000 damage to Hunter. And next, I'm going to set cards face down and then pass my turn. Back to Hunter's turn. He's going to banish 10 cards for his Golden Castle Stromberg maintenance cost, and it looks like he's already banished 20 cards. That's right, 20 cards from his deck were banished. I don't think that he's really going to miss them, though. He's going to go ahead and figure out what he can do next, trying to figure out what monster can he summon with Golden Castle Stromberg's effect. He could summon a Hex True to destroy one of my face-down cards, but I don't think that would do him much help. It looks like he's going to use Golden Castle Stromberg's effect to special summon a Iron Hans to a side of the field to special summon Iron Knight. And now he does have 4 monsters, so he could get over my Sandian theoretically if he uses them all 4. And it looks like, yes, he is, for the Monster of the Hour. This card always gets summoned. It's just so good. Boro Boy Dragon. And he'll be able to take my Sandian and not take any damage because it's a new monster on his side of the field. So it's going to be really cool. He's going to use Boroboy to attack into my Sandian, Sandian to attack directly, and then now I'm going to take 2,000 damage. I'm trying to figure out how I am going to get out of this situation. My opponent looks like he has, I want to say 2,000, 3,000 life points maybe. I'm going to go ahead and use Infinite Machine, I hope I'm saying this right, to get over Time Machine. And then I'm going to set Infinite Light to my side of the field, which is going to be really, really good. And that's going to help like a ton. And I think that's going to actually be game now that I think about it, because if I can resolve Infinite Light, then I can be able to special summon monsters to my side of the field and inflict some huge damage to my opponent, which could be game. I'm thinking about what I can do, proceeding into my draw phase. And am I going to shuffle a card back with Infinite Machine, or I'm going to go ahead and just go into Infinite Light? It looks like I'm going to, no, I'm going to actually just go ahead and activate Infinite Light. Using Infinite Light's effect to special summon 3 Time Lords, 1 from hand, 1 from deck, 1 from graveyard, or just 1 from deck, or graveyard and 1 from deck. Rathian, that's game, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, go ahead and destroy that like button. Let us know that we're doing such a great job. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. Have a great day, like I am.